Hello, this is Bradset here. I know that most of my channel is art, but sometimes I review games. This is one of those times. The game is Tribes of Midgard. The summary of the description is that it's a roguelike with build survival elements based on the world of Midgard in the Norse mythos. It's the survival edition. One of the main things that set this apart from other roguelike is its willingness to put you in a bad situation, but not a boring one. One of my key frustrations in survival games in general is that it's not the mobs or elements that get me, but instead the random chance where I'm exploring and I get trapped in a cave or stuck on an island. You know, some games actually make and design their game to have that in there on purpose, and I feel that's an option if you want to kill me with boredom. At all times in Tribes of Midgard, you have a rune to teleport back to your tree. It has a long cooldown, but the days of being trapped away from home are no more. I play with a controller, so it's the click of the right stick or the R3 button, as it's sometimes called. It starts the rune casting. It has a hold timer on it before it activates, so you can't be about to bite it and slide this escape in mid-swing. Damage will interrupt it. About that tree. At the core of this survival mode, there's a tree. It's the starting point of the spawn on a randomly generated map. The location tends to be central map, but you have the fog that prevents you from seeing the greater map until you tread there. The function of the tree, besides a healing pulse generated fixture, is that it's the main target of the PvE. If the tree dies, you lose the game. Don't get too concerned about this yet. I've only been playing for around 30 hours total, but in that time the tree hasn't been directly attacked that I'm aware of. There's an NPC on the map named Ira Footcrushed, just north of the tree, whose function is to trade horns for trophies. I'll get into that later. She is also a beast with a hammer and will aggro anything that gets in her range. Even if you are slow to erect a fence, she will keep the creatures off the tree pretty well, at least in the starting phases. Like most survival games, you have a few ways to get downed. The day and night cycle has a difference in mobs. At night, compared to day, you have the Hellthings. There are at least 9 types of them, and they usually are in a group. Lucky for you, they also appear on the minimap as purple dots, so you can avoid them if you ain't ready to tussle. The day and night cycle also has an impact on gather drops. Some items can only be harvested at night, and often from sources that do not have them during the day, but have something else instead. When looking for certain items to update your crafting stations, you probably should check at night if you can't find it during the day. The build system is not as restrictive as some games. The Allforge, which is always there to build, cannot be exhausted and is the groundbreaking cornerstone of construction in the game. It serves as a central hub of all the other basic stations. Later on, after updating other stations, they will have offshoots of their type, which can be made from them, but in the beginning it will all come from the Allforge. Another factor common in survival is hot and cold. You can freeze and overheat in the game. Armors and some other items have hot and cold ratings on them, as well as defense. These ratings will determine how well you can handle the hot and cold. Along with sailing the seas, you can also swim, but it's very limited, and once your stamina is gone, it's not long before your HP hits 0. So be careful about getting in the water. Being downed has 2 phases. It's good to keep a buddy around when you go exploring or questing. A pal can stitch you up right as rain. If you're down solo, then unless you have the right setup, which is rare and almost impossible early game, then you will go down into crawling mode and have a ticking away HP bar. If you want to crawl to a better place away from the mobs, that's about all you can do. They will still attack you in this state also, and can end you early. Taking a dirt nap in-game has its pains. For you, you drop all or some of your not worn items. So if you've been out gathering for a while and all of that is in your inventory, it hits the ground where you fell. It will appear as a chest, and yes, if you want it, you have to go back and get it. There are other options, but they are costly. The Valkyrie will get them for you at a cost of 2 gold horns. I'll cover currency right fast, since it's related. Something else you lose when you go to Valhalla, the quick way, is souls. Souls is a gathered currency that you get from ending anything alive. The trees you chop down, the wolves, the mobs, the rabbits, and the deer all give you souls. And when you lose them, they aren't in your chest. You cannot get them back. They are just gone. Souls are used to buy things from merchants, which are in-game and usually marked on the map. Souls are also used when repairing and various other things. You will have to use the Allforge hub to repair, unless you have a repair potion. There are runes which will help you save some souls on respawn, but that's about the only way. Golden horns can be gotten randomly off mobs, but for the most part, if you want to get them, you will have to kill the big bosses. They are in the special arenas that are structured around the map and usually random locations. Killing them gives you the trophy of that boss. You can turn around and trade with the NPC at your tree for golden horns. They can be used to buy things in-game at the merchant as well, and they also are used to purchase high-tier weapons and armor. Other than that, there is a shop which you can only access from the lobby of the game. It's unclear why the shop can only be viewed and used this way, but if you're going to buy something and finally get enough horns in-game, you will have to quit the map to lobby and then buy it. If you've had to do this a few times, then you are well acquainted with the loading screen. Luckily, in most cases, it's fast loading. You will have to go to the lobby to get the rewards for in-game achievements as well. They range from cosmetic to new item unlocks. There's usually an exclamation point with a circle around it on the reward tab if there's anything unlocked when you enter the lobby. At least you don't have to go into the sub-menu and check each subcategory. In survival mode, your weapon choices are not limited. You can swing anything you want or shoot a bow. In the weapon furnace crafting station, you can get better weapons as you upgrade it, and can even forge some that have elements baked in. Your blessings, which are the same as perks in some games, are designed to make your playstyle more crafted to what you desire. You can get better with a certain type of weapon, or even learn new skills that help you, as well as more resistance and faster moving. You will get 1 point to spend on the blessings per level you earn up to level 50. A few things that you can do that you probably didn't expect. You can fall off the map if you have a non-walled edge. The dodge roll will let you slip right off and plummet to oblivion. Luckily for us, the loot chest with your stuff in it usually appears on the ledge you rolled off of. At least you aren't forced to use the Valkyrie item to reclaim them. In the early stages of the game, horns will be really hard to get. Spend them wisely. Same is true for blessing points. Put them in things you know you will need. There may be a way to undo them, but I haven't found it yet, so spending blessings means they're locked in. Runes are an extra shift in the game dynamic. You have a limited amount that you can wear, and they have various traits which help you get better loots, help you with foods and potions. They can even help you with speed of walking and repair costs. There are some that give you better damage to certain mob types also. Given the amount of time I've learned what I have about this game, I have really gotten into it. I wasn't fighting with bad controls, and most of my frustrations came from me trying to do things more than my build was prepared to do. So I give it a solid 9 out of 10. At least the survival mode, which is what this review is. I haven't tested the other modes yet. When I do, I'll post another video if you guys want to see it. Comment below or like if you do. I sometimes wonder if I'm just annoying my subscribers with game content instead of art. No feedback on this video will be a good indication that I'm on the wrong track. That's it for this review. See you next time.